Hey everyone, I'm just sitting here as I light the fire. I'm going to get it burning, and I wanted to tell you about the family constellation I did today. The last couple of family constellations that I've done have been really interesting. I mean, they're all interesting. They all fascinate me. Every single one of your lineages that people sit in front of me is just extraordinary. So what happened in the one the other day, which was really interesting, when their ancestors came to Australia, the colonisation and the murdering of the first Australians was actually an entanglement that then went down through the family line. So we actually had to go back and do a healing around what had happened and what their ancestors had done to be able to strengthen that line. That doesn't always happen with colonised families. It's not always something that's at the forefront of what needs to happen for the client. And then today I worked with someone who has Indigenous heritage, and it's just, there are things that you read about and there are things that you understand when they say culture and country is the same. When you take a first Australian, an Indigenous person to Australia, off their country, it can be really unsettling for them. And what we did today, we strengthened that lineage, and it showed so clearly how strong country and culture sit together. We couldn't separate them. They were two different horses, because I use horses to represent, but they couldn't be separated. They were absolutely fully together, and they were strong together. When one wasn't there and when colonisation came in, the Aboriginal lineage felt like it didn't know who it was. It had lost its words. It didn't feel strong. And then we brought culture in behind it, and it could look at the colonisation and it could say, oh no, I'm strong now. I know my law. I know my culture. I know my story. And it's such a beautiful thing. There was a lot more that went on in the constellation, but I just really wanted to come in and talk about that because we look at lineages, yeah, and I say to people, you know, there's thousands that have come before us. When you sit with someone who has an Indigenous heritage of the first Australian people, there is a possibility that there is up to 60,000 people in that line. Like, I can't even comprehend how long that ancestral lineage is, and it's such an honor to be able to reconnect someone to something that is so unbelievably out of this world, extensive and long. And it really grounds me to be able to do this work for people, to reconnect them to that. And now that I've reconnected that client to that lineage, God, I hope that that culture is able to come through them now. And I'm really interested to see how it goes from here. But I just wanted to let you know what I was doing today, because I find it fascinating. My God, it's fascinating. Even though I've done loads of these, and even though it's a natural thing to do, every single one of them just amazes me. And I've done some really cool stuff this week with clients. And if you'd like to have a family constellation with me, if you would like to come and experience this extraordinary feeling of feeling lighter and free and able to move forward in your life, just drop me a DM. You can book on the website, but just drop me a DM, and I'll answer any questions you have, or if you'd like to book in. But I would really love to support you in this way, because what we're able to do in a session, I said to the client today, if you had to come to me, because the feeling, I asked, what would you like to leave with? And it was, I would like to feel lighter, and I would like to feel like I can really move forward. And I said, if you'd come to me just for counselling, when I was working in counselling, if you'd come to me and said, these are the feelings, and I had worked in your body and had done all these things and tried to support you through that feeling without doing the family constellation, we could have been here for months and got nowhere. We would have been doing fits and starts. What you're able to do in family constellations is truly extraordinary. And it's like 6 months of counselling done in a session, because of what it shifts within your body, what it shifts within your system, and how it's able to support you going forward. And if you'd like to have that feeling, just shoot me a DM. I'd really, really love to support you.